Greetings, housemates, and welcome back to Let's Play Total War Warhammer the Vampire Counts. We're playing as Heinrich Kemmler, the Lich Master and Master Necromancer. And we've been doing quite well for ourselves. It's turn 5. We are only missing control of Schwarzhaven, the last vampire corrupted land that the game starts out with. We do plan on making a lot more of those at some point in the future, but right now we're kind of consolidating. So this is the end of turn 5. What we're pushing for, we want to get Waldenhof. We want to push up to a corrupted village level 3. The only way to do that, I believe, is to actually have our one other... I don't think there's any restriction. We need some surplus population. We want to get it to level 3 so that we can build one of the Balefire chains and start corrupting all the lands that it's next to. Because if we take a look at this, let's look at the optimal placement for our corrupting buildings. Waldenhof is adjacent to Zufbar, Carrick-Cadron, and Ostermark. Oakenhammer is only adjacent to Castle Dagenhof. But if we take over Schwarzhaven, that's going to be an ideal place to put another one, as it is next to Oakenhammer, Carrick-Dromar, Grinstadt, and the Moot. So then, if we do that, we've got all these guys getting slightly corrupted. It might be worth us to throw down more. Oh, I have to sneeze. I hope the mute button worked, guys, because I totally sneezed. And then Fort Oberstyre might be another good place to drop one in. I'm not sure if it neighbors Ostermark, but we can check. That'll help corrupt Stirland and the Moot. And Stirland is so big, if we get that corrupted and take over, it's going to be a huge deal. Huge deal. Let's see. Are they adjacent? That's Castle Tempelhof. I can't actually tell this region from that region. Well, whatever. It's fine. We're going to build a couple, and stacking them up is good, but right now we need to get unit production in order. And I think diplomatically, it would be nice to actually be able to trade with a lot of people. Even if we're corrupting their lands, surely we shouldn't let that come between us. Also, I do like to snap up the occasional orc victory. Oh, snaps. Summon the Barrow Lords. The Wit Kings of old will fight for us, providing the proper forms are followed. We know the rituals, so let us send our agents to the Barrows and call a Wit King forth. Hero recruited at Castle Drakenhof, Wit King. Now, the other races don't seem to get this, but the vampires occasionally receive heroes, like Luther von Karstein, and I don't know why. I really don't. But let's go ahead and take a look at a Wit King. When we finish this battle, we will actually get. Oh look, because we ended our turn in a town, this guy leveled up. All right, so we're working on melee defense because I believe it is superior for us staying alive, interestingly enough. I talked about that last episode, so I'm not going to belabor it here. So let's take a look. This guy is clumsy. That's purely a negative for us. His action success chance is reduced by 5%. That means that I know exactly what I want to do with him. Okay, so let's look at the Luther von Karstein, the Wit King starting stats. So at level 1, they have 1,000 health. That's pretty standard for melee heroes. 90 armo, and it's shielded. But that's like a super shield. It's not a regular shield that's 30%. It's like a iron shield that's 50%. So he's great shielded or something. He's missile resistant like most heroes are. Causes fear. He's undead. He's got solid leadership, not as good as a legendary lord, but still decent speed. His melee attack kind of sucks, really. That's like half of a vampire lord's. His melee defense is very solid, though. 48 is very high. And his weapon strength is insane. That is oodles of damage. Charge bonus is about average. So not incredible weapon statistics, but you can basically, Wit Kings are going to be, if they get up to a decent level, they're going to be good at all of these. Let's take a look at what they can get. Skeletal Steed, Barded Skeletal Steed. I'll note that Barded Skeletal Steed increases your armor significantly. I think it increases your charge attack a bit. It's not quite as fast as the regular Skeletal Speed, but I believe it is totally worth it. Heroic Killing Blow. This increases his weapon damage by a lot. That's a very powerful buff, and it simply becomes available at rank 7. So it looks like they're quite solid in combat. Missile resistance. That's just important so they don't get focused down too fast by hordes of missile people. Otherwise, blade melee attack, charge bonus. Wow, can he get a ton of armor? This is like twice as much armor for the skill point as our lords get. Twice as much melee defense. Not twice as much attack. Kind of half. It looks like they can become incredibly tanky. Solid wound. Same health. Leadership bonus. It looks like he does encourage, just like a lord does. I wonder if all heroes do that. Yet more melee defense on deadly onslaught. It looks like this guy can become an incredibly tanky melee character. Or, when inspiring populace, he increases order by an additional 1. You have to kind of just set them in a region and tell them to deploy there, and they'll just sit there and make public order better. It's not the same as putting someone in a populace or in a settlement, but it's similar. Okay, patrol ambusher. He gets better at assault units. He gets better at discouraging enemy populace when you deploy him on foreign soil. You can increase your siege holdout. That might be nice for a defensive hero to have a Wit King on hand who master of the siege. And recruitment cost reduction. That's pretty good for a nice economic one. Champion, he becomes better at assassinating. Here's what I'm looking at. Exemplar. Assault garrison, okay, fine. Training. Reduce enemy siege time. Alright, and let's take a quick look at what he can actually do. No, not going to tell me. Here we are. Corruption, so he can corrupt enemy lands. Assault garrison, he can actually damage all the units in a garrison at once. Discourage populace, he can reduce enemy public order. So the corruption is a passive. He will simply, I believe, just by standing in enemy territory, cause corruption to their land, or increase the corruption rate. You can assassinate enemy heroes and lords. You can assault units, inspire populace, and we can embed him. He also has training, but it's skill locked. Okay, since this guy isn't going to be good at taking enemy action, we need him in a passive role. Here's what I'm going to do. Obviously, we have to take martial. I think we're going to go for inspirational. We'll put a point in. A point in what? Assault unit is a nice, easy one. Like, that's a good way to level up, is by continuously assaulting things. I don't know. We'll put a point in whatever seems appropriate, but we'll put 3 in inspirational for cheaper units. Champion, obviously, you have to take to get here. Then we're going to focus on Exemplar and then Drill Master. Drill Master will unlock the training ability, which is as long as he's embedded in an army, he will passively give 15 XP plus whatever bonus we have here, up to 15 additional XP, so 30 total XP per turn to every unit in the army, which is a huge benefit and can lead to really experienced units. And the higher XP you are, the better your stats. I believe you improve melee attack, melee defense, and leadership when you level up. Plus, when we recruit units, they will be cheaper and 3 levels higher than normal. So that's what this guy's going to do, since he's not very good at actually doing anything else. We can immediately... Can we just put him in that army? No. If we did, because he doesn't have any movement left, it would probably mean that Heinrich couldn't move. And I think it would be great if we just assaulted this dude.
It will be.
Because, you know what, orcs. Who needs them?
Kill them, my children.
Okay, we declare war. He's already at war with Schwarzhaven, dwarfs, and Zufbar, so that should actually...
Now they die.
is actually a diplomatic boon for us. He runs, but I'm not really sure. I think we can't catch him. Alright, so we can't catch him, but...
Yes.
No, we could enter ambush mode.
Yes, the time is right.
I was thinking I could march to a point where we could kind of capture him.
Follow me.
But let's just position ourselves so that we're not going to get beat up. I'm not exactly sure how quickly Raise Dead comes back, so I am trying to keep an eye on that.
This better be important.
Okay, let's use this as an excuse to get all of our units read up by Schwarzhaven so that we can take them out in a nice classic vampire backstab. Okay, anything I can build over here? Nope. Surplus. We will have 2 surplus in 3 turns, it looks like. Alright, sweet. Remember, surplus is different per province. And here we can bump up to level 2. Yeah. Okay, so you can have higher level settlements, even in your minor settlements. But upgrading the capital gives you a lot more goodness than upgrading the minor ones. So definitely the suggested place to start.
What?
When will it be time to ditch this? You know what, these 2 are going to be done soon. Let's ditch this so we can actually start producing units, because if we have a war with Schwarzhaven and it doesn't turn out that our first strike worked well, we're going to need the help. Schwarzhaven. Alright, Marienburg declared war on the Empire. Nice. Charnel Pit demolished. Now we can build something. We, of course, want the Defiled Cairn. It'll take 3 turns to finish, and we'll upgrade it as soon as we can, and then we'll have some Banshees. Now, this guy can go all the way. So we could go ahead and embed him in an army. We do have to watch out. He could die. It's a little soon for that. Let's embed him. Note that heroes have significantly more movement than most armies.
Dance macabre.
Ready. Onwards.
You dare.
Oh, he's in marching stance.
I need more minions.
I don't think I can do that this turn. No, it's red. Obviously, declaring war too soon is a bad call. But most of their army is out.
My bloodline calls.
He can't switch out of that stance. Nor is there anyone to raise. Very well.
Never.
Let's take a look at this army. It's better than one of ours, not as good as both. If we can catch him outside that garrison, things would be perfect. Alright, and we have an additional slot here. Vampire Corruption is already maxed out. So I don't know that building this would help us, but it would be like an investment. Because it'll be a while before we upgrade this to level 3. Otherwise, we could go for a gate. Yeah, let's go ahead and err on the side of defense, since all of our armies are on the other side and can be tied up for a couple turns. Now, let me see. I think being embedded in an army...
My king, I am pleased.
He wants us to break non-aggression pact with Averland for no particular reason, because he's a schemer. We're gonna reject that and use it. Wait, what was that? Oh, okay. I thought it said the Barrack Var have joined dwarfs. Dwarfs are like basically the player version. Basically the other player. Or they're just named like dwarfs, greenskins. That's how you know that it's the other starting positions for the game. Okay, he's out there suffering from attrition, having fun with Derek, what's-it-face. He's scheming, but he's not scheming hard enough. Oh look, there's 3 zombies
Darkness.
ready for the raisin. So I think the dead just kind of show up. So our Wit King did gain 100 XP, it looks like, simply from being embedded in the army, so he will also passively level up as long as he's embedded somewhere. And okay, you don't want to select just one of your heroes, as they will leave the army to go do whatever. If you select the hero, then you can attack. So if we attack like this, we should get assistance from our bro. That's right. You have no allies, sir. We are crushing our own trade agreement. We're strength 1. He's strength 26. We're going to crush. Let's just auto-resolve this. total vampiric backstab. And we're gonna occupy.
This better be halted.
Now we have complete control of both of the Vampire Lord provinces. Ooh, raise dead, even cheaper. Perfect. And because we're occupied, oh look, we leveled up somehow. All right. Self constantly, everyone within 30 meters, every undead within 30 meters replenishes health. It actually doesn't say undead. All allies. Nice. So we can choose that, or we can go with evasion. Evasion leads into bigger spells and less miscast chance. And as we've seen, miscast can actually do a ton of damage. Like, we've seen spellcasters kill themselves doing it. We're going to work towards earthing. Although having just the basic version of these spells first might be a good idea. Plus power drain. We're going to put 1 point in each of these. And all of this stuff can wait.
What do you want?
Okay, now these guys are going to suffer horrific attrition all the time. And we might just wait them out down here. We can now give an order here. I'm going to go with growth.
Find me
I
grave
will alone.
mounds.
So these two armies together, there's no way this guy's going to be take them both out, especially with the attrition. He's going to have, it looks like he's losing 7 troops a turn from these skeletons. For one, he's in a corrupted place. He's going to attrition as he walks through it, or uncorrupted, right? And
You dare.
2, he also has no provinces under his control at all. So we totally backstabbed him. What does this do for our diplomacy? This guy's happy that we declared war with all of them. So we're neutral and improving.
An abomination of more dares to come.
And we have a treaty. So it's 0 moving towards 2 positive relation. I wouldn't mind consolidating right now.
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now what? Approach and make your offer.
Schwarzhaven. Now he could take over that province over there, I suppose. It seems he does have the army to take Carreg Dromar. But it's gonna be... Oh, no, he can't because it's an orc province. That means he's doomed. He can try and run past us, but we can intercept him if he goes after Castle Drakenhof. Everywhere else, pretty much outside his means. Military heritage. Oh, okay, interesting. Magnanimous. Income from all buildings plus 5%. That's nice. He's going to increase our... And what does this guy have? This guy's level 1. But he's got some bad ability, right? Leadership plus 3. That's not so bad. Question is, do I need him? Or should I just ditch him and hire this other guy? So when it comes to recruiting lords, they're not terribly expensive. They're a little more expensive than a regular unit with significantly higher upkeep. So replacing one for another with a better ability, the big bonus they have is income generated. And I think I'm going to go ahead and hire this guy because his income will make a nice defensive hero. And I'm pretty sure I can fire this guy, right? Oh, whoops. That's not how it's done. Well, Is it worth it to keep him? Seems like I should be able to get rid of him. I feel like you should be able to, if they're in a city, get rid of them, but I guess not. All right, we'll keep them both around, because multiple armies is probably a good thing, or multiple experienced leaders should be good. And right now, it's not crushing our upkeep, though it is a bit of a significant drain on our income. Okay, Schwarzhaven. What? Legendary Lord Manfred von Karstein has arrived. He's available for recruit, may lead an army to battle. What, so we can have both of them now? Jeez.
You dare
Well,
bring me flesh to craft.
in that case, so you can eventually use both, and he's free. Alright. That solves my troubles, does it not? Also, he is a total badass. It's nice that you get to use both of the he's a legendary lord.
Spread the rot.
What, you get to use both legendary lords? I wonder if that's true for all factions. Either way, we've got him now. We can ditch that loser.
Ready.
We've got a stay-at-home economic lord. That 5% for local region should kind of take care of his upkeep. And we'll specialize on leaving him in cities. And then we've got these 3 combat heroes. One of them can play defense, and 2 of them can play offense. Probably the legendary lords should play offense, and we'll use Siegfried Helschnicht as our defensive hero. Let's go ahead. How's he doing? He's all beat up.
Tomb rot.
Can we attack this guy this turn? Looks like we can.
Not now.
My will alone.
So you can march. I think we only need regular movement here.
To the shadows.
Let us make doom.
All right. No, we're looking for this arrow connecting these two, showing that we will get some backup here. And we're just going to crush him. He knows there's not much for him to do. His armies only get weaker. Not a powerful army in the face of our forces, so let's just auto-resolve. One problem with auto-resolving, you gotta watch out for your low-level heroes, as there's a good chance they could be annihilated incidentally, which is bad news. Rod of Flaming Death, that sounds good. 35 enemy captured. Is that the total of everything left here? 16, 24, 27, 28. I guess not. Okay, we can replenish our own units by 9. Slaughter them. Let's take the cash.
Strike out.
He runs for it. Bound spell, Fireball. I think we just learn the Fireball spell as long as we have this Rod of Flaming Death.
Find me grave bound.
Now we have the Power Stone, which increases our power reserves and increases, It's hard to say no to that. Rod of Flaming Death. Looks like it's going to take 1 turn to equip it. Sure.
This better be important.
What?
Oh, look, our little wit guy leveled up. Nice. Remember, we're doing logistics for him because he's not so good at missions. We could go melee, and if you look at how small the skill tree is, that's probably not going to be a problem, but you are going to invest first very heavily we want to rush up to this unit experience recruitment so that when we start recruiting high-level units, he's already there, giving them a big power boost. Now note that he can move all the way to harass this dude. He can only take one action per turn, including like embedding in an army or causing some damage. But that's a good way to get XP. So look, he can participate in a battle if he's embedded and still perform one of these hero actions. However, he won't be able to rejoin this army until next turn. That's fine. Note that it breaks down hero actions into positive outcome chance, negative outcome chance, and then it tells you whether it's going to be a regular failure, which has no impact on your hero, or your hero is going to be wounded. There's also the chance of a critical failure, which will kill your own hero. I don't think it lists that here, nor critical successes. But it does tell you your base chance and what it's modified by. Personally, positive outcomes are worth a lot more XP, and this is less likely to get us wounded. So let's assault his units. And we were wounded in the attempt. It was only a 9% chance, but that means that Luther von Karstein is going to be out of action for the next 5 turns. That kind of thing simply happens. We're going to scoot back so that this guy can reinforce us. This guy's going to scoot up a little bit to make sure that if we get attacked, they can both fight together. And Castle Tempelhof is ready. What do I want first? Castle Tempelhof is going to be where we build our fell bets, right? Let me check again. We want the forest unit chain. So that's 1. Oh. Okay. We were just looking at a minor settlement. I was like, what? Okay. We want the forest, vampires, lumber. That's 3. We can pick up these guys too. That's 4. And then this is 5. Oh no, we want the dark layer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll see. We can have a lot of powerful necromancers. It might be best to invest in those as well. Yeah, sure. And then we can make a minor settlement responsible for producing these guys, though they'll be low level. I wonder if this stacks. It just says unit experience +1. I assume that's recruited in that region, not global. Alright, so in Tempelhof, let's build the forest. Growth is only 80 per turn. Let's destroy those. Let's replace these with more growth items while we get this province into shape. Okay, any movement left? Oh yeah, Manfred. We're back up to 2,000 a turn. There's no way he's going to be able to take this with his own army. Nor do I particularly need to raise more dead. I guess he can just sit tight for the moment. Let's move him to Castle Drakenhof, because maybe we can pick off some orc raiders that wander down in here next turn. Oh, son of a...
Now. I'll comply.
So we'll swap these two.
True von Karstein.
The true von Karstein. I love that you get both legendary lords. I guess that means that neither one of them can actually die,
The rot.
which is thematically appropriate for von Karstein. Alright, we're about to finish up plus 10 growth in all provinces. That's going to be good news for everything we're trying right here. Best to invest in those early because they pay off a huge amount over time. Then we're going to come back and finish up this. Let's also look at our chapter objectives. Sack, loot, raid. Yeah, okay. 6 more. We should have time to catch up on all of this by that time. And were there any crazy events going on? Okay, we already took care of that. Population surplus. You can see that there's nothing I can build. Stirlin and Ostermark are fighting. I see. Border princes. Wow, they are way out there. Buildings constructed. Buildings demolished are ones you should always look for because that means you can build something new in their place. Alright, looks like that's it for this turn. Skulltakers have been obliterated. Nothing left of them. Feasting on the small folk. A vampire within your dominion is needlessly feasting on the peasantry. They die in horror in their hamlets, leaving their pathetic farms unattended. If morals become so fatalistic we risk an uprising, the terror must be balanced. Taker lands, -5 of Schwarzhaven. That's not a problem because we're killing them. Or small folk, public order, -3. Since Schwarzhaven, we just stabbed them in the back, we're going to take her lands. In the secession, some must die.
I'll take Sigmar's
Okay, there's these bloody spears in here.
so be it.
Von Karstein can't quite take them out himself.
Thou art overruled.
I think he could manage it. We could recruit some cheap units once again to help out.
Let us make doom.
Alright, we can't catch up with him, but he is
I
totally
have the
screwed.
soul. Ready.
Find me, Gravehouse.
Tear them, raise them. Your last mistake.
Why can't I hold a...
You will be punished. Going. What?
Let's capture this dude as he's raiding our territory. Let's go ahead and raise dead. We don't want Von Karstein to go down, and it's only like 300 gold for this turn of our upkeep. Yeah, it's not much.
None shall live. What?
Okay, no one can attack him, but he should be kind of trapped.
I need more.
We're gonna pop this guy back into the settlement because he needs his troops to de-attrition. And of course he'll get that 100 XP for being in a settlement.
Darkness comes.
This guy, let's swap him back to Drakenhof, just in case. Sure, he'll be tired, but he'll be present, which is good. And as long as he's in a city, it's all good. Alright, technology researched. plus 10 growth in all provinces. You know how good that is. Income from oppression buildings, not much to worry about. That'll help a little bit later. Now we're going for more growth and 15% income from all cities, which is so good. It's going to take 10 turns, but it is, I think, something you should probably rush right off the bat, as that growth is going to serve you well for the whole game. This guy might try and escape. I see he just kind of underweight over here. Our armies might be able to intercept him since we have a bunch nearby. Okay, we have no one left to move. Let's check our provinces for things to build. Yes. Upgrading to level 3 is a big deal and something we wanted to do as soon as possible, as it'll finally let us hit level 2, the Binding Circle, giving us access to Banshees and Crypt Horrors, as well as the last upgrade for the Gold Mine, which is, of course, awesome. Oh yeah, Demolition. So we did destroy a lot of stuff here. Cursed Fields. Oh yeah, Schwarzhaven has pastures. So this is a little bit of income and a lot of public order. And fairly cheap. I think for pastures, the Empire actually gets growth, which is better. Right now, I would prefer to have growth. I don't have the cash. That's how it is. Yeah, this guy's going to try and underway away from us. We'll probably intercept him, I would guess, with so many armies nearby, but he could just slip away. Looks like he made it. Okay, this guy's marching. You can tell attrition is just destroying him.
I hunt.
But if he wants to meet us in battle... We'll just make sure he's bottled up there. I would love to meet him in battle for the XP and the chance at magical items.
Soon I'll be all powerful.
It is night.
Bats and wolves, gather.
No food and safe in the world.
Tomb rot. Going.
I grow impatient.
Alright, we're going to keep our... Oh, we got some population surplus up in this joint. Nothing to spend it on right now, because everything's already level 2. Path blocked. What about over here? Ah, yes. Province growth is the focus right now. We don't have any trade partners, unfortunately.
Talk then, but I make no oath for the surety.
Well, there's a lot of stuff he likes about our actions, because we're in a lot of wars with people he hates. So relations are moving up in the world. Negative 26 moving towards negative 16. These guys, total attitude moving up to 2. Come on, man.
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now what brings you here with a she?
But we'll leave him for now. Alright, Heinrich is just staying put. If I wanted to make a lot of money, I could ditch a large portion of these troops. But since we're completely reliant on raised dead, I actually really like the idea of keeping them available. So we're just going to let it go. Nothing to do here. Pass another turn. Greenskins have convinced the Bloody Spears to join them. Alright, so the Greenskins are consolidating. We're no longer at war with those guys. I know what we should do. Let's get on the march. So that we can get over there.
More sleep, child.
Note that these guys are pathetic at the moment.
Better be important.
And it's time we just put an end to them. Right, Siegfried?
Cities of blood.
There we go. Nice, gained a rank. Cash. We drive him off, but once again, he is still not dead. Alright, raised dead cost reduced. That is a nice bonus. Spend our skill point. Oh yeah, on what? Oh yeah, it looks like levels increase. Weird. Armor, leadership, melee attack, and melee defense. I didn't expect armor to increase, but maybe that's some other bonus we have. We'll have to check it out. It's probably because we're wearing armor. Melee attack +4 seems good. Like I said, I think once you get above a certain point, more armor does not help that much, at least small amounts. Like 15 armor is great, but it's probably not worth 3 skill points. Devastating charge is great, but with a kind of endurance hero like this, with high defense and regeneration, high melee attack and melee defense are just going to let him be that much more effective while in combat. So let's go for attack. Alright, this guy cannot retreat again. You only get 1 retreat per turn, and that includes, I think, if you attack someone and then decide you need to retreat, you won't be able to retreat on their turn.
Destroy them.
And it's time to end this. So he survived. You see that that was enough to give us like 2/3 of a level. Nice, right? Definitely worth it hunting people down. Every combat is worth a lot of XP for your lords.
Yes.
And now we can take Bloodlust.
March.
Yeah, suck it, Schwarzhaven. Schwarzhafen. We can take Bloodlust for 18 seconds. An ally within 100 meters can have 20% additional armor-piercing damage, effective against all units. The next thing we're probably going to take is Supernatural Horror, and I think Master Striker, actually, for that 30% extra weapon damage. That's like 150 damage. It's pretty sick. You can see that if you hover over it, we get 25 damage right off the bat. That's as much as some units deal already. Like, it's incredible. Plus, if we increase our damage, that combos well with Bloodlust. And eventually we'll get Red Fury, which is yet another... Oh, this replaces Bloodlust. It just makes it generally better. But now we're starting to look kind of beastly. Note that our health has not improved that much, if at all. Maybe it went up 20 points, or we're suffering from attrition. I don't think I can do anything to... Note that this little symbol here means it's a ruin.
Strike out.
Also, we could raise dead up in here if we felt like it, but we don't. Now, do I really need all these units? Well,
Yes.
best to play it safe. We could summon 2 more zombies, and we could make war on the greenskins. The greenskins are strength rank 3, so they're pretty powerful. They're at war with the dwarves, Karak Azul, and the Red Fangs. Let's check our campaign victory conditions. Destroy the Empire. Destroy the Empire, the dwarves, and Bretonia. It doesn't say anything about the greenskins. And our chapter objectives: 1 quest chain, 2 quests, be at war with 7 factions, and assassinate.
Thine right is mine.
I really want to trade with the dwarves, probably while I take over the Empire, because I'd rather focus on fighting the humans and use the dwarves as a buffer between the orcs.
Hand me my sword.
So let's just declare war on the greenskins. They are a huge, majorly important faction, so this is a big deal, but hopefully not too big. We're attacking the greenskins. This is happening underground. He's got far better troops than us. Manfred is a beast in combat, but he's also level 3. Whoa, charge bonus 65. We might be able to do it. Maybe. Let's see, can I assign anything to him? Nope, too late. Oh yeah, I forgot. He has a lot of traits that he gets even if you start with him. Melee attack +10 for direwolves and fellbats. Totally forgot about that. It's pretty sick. Plus +5 leadership versus humans. Cooldown increase on Invocation of Nehek. You know what? Let's do it. Orc morale is not that good, and we don't have to worry about our units retreating even if their morale breaks, though of course they will crumble and die almost instantaneously if that's the case. So the goal then is going to be to snare his leader so that he can't charge us, and then charge him, kill him with Manfred, who can regenerate and has pretty awesome reserves of magical power. And if we crush their leader, then their morale should crumble thanks to our ability to cause fear. Basically, we'll keep the skeletons in reserve, we'll use the zombies to tie him up, and we'll try and maneuver to take out his lord.
Attend me.
20 out of 25 is really good, so we'll start our deployment. Okay, so note that we have access to 2 different lores of spells, and you can switch between them over here. I don't know if there's a hotkey for that. But Alt 1 is the hotkey to cast spells. Alt Also, we have Master the Black Arts after 30 seconds, because it starts on cooldown. We can give ourselves a 15-second window where our cooldowns are decreased and our mana recharge is increased, which is really good and should let us outlast these guys. Let's take another look at his units. His archers aren't anything impressive. The rest are simple melee guys. The real trick is simply going to be not letting his hero come at us too hard.
It shall be.
We'll advance to meet him.
Hearken to my will.
Now, we've got Spirit Leech, which is best used on single strong targets, or so it says. And we can actually power it up and cast it. And even if we miscast it, our Lord can actually regenerate with his other spell. Alright, so we cast it. We did take a ton of damage. We can cast our other spell on ourselves, and we'll activate this, which will reduce our cooldowns. Note that it just annihilated his Lord.
Blood kiss for them.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Note to self. Level 2 Spirit Leech is a monster. Also, we are almost back up to full health. You can see their morale is in trouble. So now they're ours, basically.
Address thee as master. Sylvania rules the night.
We're simply going to advance on them. Through them even. We want the zombies to take the hit. Got time for a regular Spirit Leech. All right. I can't tell if it hurt our zombies or not.
Witness true power.
Let's heal those zombies.
Undead for all.
Might as well reactivate that.
Night's march. Attack the mortal. My dominions over all. Suffer death. Bring death. We surpass Nagash.
Okay, our units are crumbling, but we don't care about our units.
By all means.
Okay, we're going to save up our mana for this heal on Von Karstein. It'll also incidentally heal nearby undead. But since their leader's down, there's not too much to worry about. Okay, we're going to break these guys and then move on to that infantry. Ah, look, there we go.
Slaughter them.
I mean, these bowmen. And there you have it. Wow, I can't believe. You can lose a ton of health, obviously, but since we can heal ourselves, miscasting isn't so much of a problem. It did take like 80-90% of our health. Whew. But it did instantly kill their leader, which is crazy. Note that these guys are still taking damage, I think. Oh no, they're not routing anymore. Oh, they are crumbling. But there you have it. Let's save that replay. Did anyone see that? So Lethe just asked, he's like, wait, how do you have von Karstein? Well, it turns out that the other legendary lord, at least for the vampires, unlocks at some point, which is pretty sweet. We can take money, we can take replenishment, we can kill them for leadership. I'm going to take money.
Darkness comes.
We can even raise dead here. And can we attack again?
Only for the living, for now.
Yeah, buddy. And crush him. Relic Sword. Alright, the more fights the better, as the chances to get awesome items and XP and stuff. We're going to return captives, even though that is going to piss off the dwarfs. They'll appreciate what we're doing. Ooh, weapon strength plus 4%. Not bad. Better than nothing. Gravedigger reduces our raised dead cost. And he's really dead. We leveled up. And whoa, what are we going to invest in? So you'll note that he has the Vampire Lore chain, the Vampire Lord Martial chain, the standard command and campaign bonuses, as well as he has the death spell, Spirit Leech being the one that we overcast to basically kill their leader in one shot, which was crazy. That means it does at least 1,000 damage. And he has his own quest, so I guess we are going to get access to these quests. Nice. And eventually he can get on a zombie dragon, which I assume is awesome. He can get Lore Master over those spell chains. And he's pretty brutal. Note that he gets half the bonus here when it comes to bonus XP. Or bonus health. His is only half the bonus. And I don't know why, as the rest of the chain seems to be the same. But it's probably got something to do with this zombie dragon, would be my guess. The zombie dragon might be OP. So, what are we going to do with him? He can become a really versatile spellcaster, but that takes a lot of skill points. He'd become another deadly combatant. The answer lies in his special items. So he's going to get a unique sword and a unique armor. The armor is +8 armor, +6 melee defense, 10% more hit points. That's probably why he's got the nerf on the hit point buff over there. And he decreases enemy hero success chance, like assassinations against him. Over here, 6 melee, recruitment cost reduced, increases vampiric corruption in the local province, in the whole province. Nice. Oh yeah, corruption is a province-wide stat. Post-battle loot increased, and if engaged in melee, he recharges spell power. So he's meant to be a kind of Spellblade combo character. Greatly increased to power reserves, greatly improved power recharge rate. The whole map when he's casting. So when he's casting, he actually restores power to everyone. Jeez. Leadership, he can grant cause terror, soul blight. Well, maybe he's best used as a spellcaster then. He's going to naturally be pretty potent in combat. We could give him the hunger to regenerate, but that's not really worth it if we're not going to go all out. And I believe spellcasters probably do scale better into the end game with their area of effect attacks and such. Plus we have no missile weapons, so spells are kind of our thing. We're already going to have a spellcaster who can do all of this stuff. Maybe we should focus on these spells. Plus this is a nice short chain here. It's not as long as most skill trees, so maybe we'll just max out death spells quickly and move on to something else. Plus Spirit Leech was totally boss. And Life Leeching is going to be great. Yeah, combined with these, it does look like we really kind of want to go Spellcaster. He'll just be an awesome melee attacker as well. Probably a good reason to go for the Zombie Dragon Mount 2. So the bonus we derived from that was that our Life Leech, our like Fireball or whatever it was, happens. It has a 15% reduced cooldown. Okay, anything to build? Oh yeah, we can build stuff. We got this gate built over here. Yeah, let's upgrade the defenses and garrison there by increasing the settlement size. And that's it. Oh, look, we gained a trait. Okay, Siegfried Helsnick gained public order +1 for local provinces. The crowds favor him. Trait gaining just happens sometimes, and it can be bad or it can be good, but it's kind of awesome. Does anyone have skill points to spend? Nope. We checked our provinces. Oh yeah, I should build something here. Oh, I'm out of money. And we're done. A great migration comes to our borders, demanding shelter from larger threats abroad. Do we tell them to go away or allow them to migrate at the cost of public order? Yeah, migrate. +15 growth in all provinces for 3 turns. Reduced recruitment costs. We're not going to use that. But public order, vampires have so little problem in these uber corrupt lands that we happily welcome fresh blood.
Spread the rot.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and march to Waldendorf so we can gain that 100 XP for sitting in a town. And then next turn, we're going to take out this battle right here with our garbage troops. Okay. Get back in here.
I will alone.
Can't colonize. Let's get out of the uncorrupted lands and into our settlements. Check on diplomacy. I'd love to trade with someone. Come on, guys. Okay, slowly improving, but not by much. Dwarves are rank 2 after us. And remember, most of our troops are BS, so the dwarves are probably real powerful right now. And we may have knocked the greenskins down a chunk, or perhaps they moved on them during their last turn.
They will serve.
But... okay. Schwarzhafen. Okay, we definitely want to build the balefire stuff here at some point. Oh yeah, and they have these pastures. Well, okay. A little more income never hurt anybody. And it builds fast and cheap. We should save up money for next turn so we can upgrade this as soon as we hit level 3, or at least this. 4,000? Oh, we're not going to have enough. Unless... yay, and our Wit King will be back. Hero actions, it does...
This better be important.
The gods are angry. They want 1,000 dark magic tribute. We'll get public order in exchange, or we can sacrifice public order to get more growth. We'll take more growth. Oh, this guy is back. Can you never fire a lord once you hire them? Come on. No, I have so many lords. Now the upkeep is getting a little questionable here. 6% more upkeep across the land I dislike. Ah, look. Just sitting in that castle made us think about... Alright, this is a nice cheap one. Fast cast time. One ally within 200 meters gains a morale boost and can cause terror temporarily in its melee targets. That's pretty useful. I can let you just scare critical enemy units. This one, for 12 seconds, all enemies within 30 meters of your target, which can be within 200 meters, suffers a leadership penalty, armor penalty, and damage penalty. That's pretty good. Doom and Darkness. For 29 seconds, one target enemy within 200 meters suffers a severe leadership penalty. 29 seconds is quite a bit. So you see, all of this has to do with leadership and terror, which is pretty good stuff. Or we can get all this life leeching and goodness. Power reserve buffing. Since we already have 2 awesome spells, I might go ahead and just invest in this so that we can cast all the spells all the time. It's going to be important to combo him with a magic boosting necromancer hero, but we're going to have a lot of necromancer heroes. Also, I'm probably going to take 1 in each of these spells eventually. Cause Terror is pretty good, but I think Doom and Darkness might actually be the best spell here. It is expensive. This one's pretty good because it can affect multiple units at once. Bunched up units will do less damage, have significantly less armor, and have less morale. Let's go for Soul Blight, as that gives us a more pronounced impact on the battlefield. Alright, Heinrich Kimmler also leveled up just from sitting in town. Note that we are now on the Chaos Tomb Blade questline, so that should pop up soon. It happens as soon as we hit this level, level 8, so we'll see it at the beginning of next turn. Alright, now we can get Earthing, Power Drain. Note that Power Reserve is what causes your magic to regenerate. Or we can choose one of two spells, Curse of Years, which is a powerful AoE melee attack speed debuff, as well as ability recharge debuff, and or Wind of Death, which is a 8-second duration vortex. The vortex spells being very powerful, very expensive AoE casts. Earthing miscast. If we reduce our miscast chance, then that means we have a much better chance of casting very powerful enhanced versions of spells. Power Drain means we can cast more spells over time. And right now, I don't think we... Oh yeah, we do have a Power Stone. We also have access to Fireball. And of course, Wind of Death is sick. Let's go with Power Drain, so we can cast more spells, even if they're not the flashiest of spells. We can probably make do with the abilities we have quite well. Here. Okay, we really want to save up for the gold mine now that we have access to it, but maybe, just maybe, Heinrich can make it happen for us. Okay, it says our forces are even. You cannot auto-resolve quest battles. Anything happening in the... I wonder if Chaos eventually gets all 3 Legendary Lords. That would be insane, because the Chaos Lords are absolutely brutal. Alright, so let's do this fight, and then we'll wrap up this episode, as I think that is plenty. I would be a little worried if not for our spellcasting, our 6 spellcasting abilities. And in most of these battles, they give you a pretty advantageous ability, or placement. So, okay, so they're going to start in this small area, anchored by 2 stone walls. We, of course, have vanguard placement on a couple of our units, so flanking them won't be a problem. Alright, there might be a speech that goes with that, whatevs. Okay, let's take a look at their formation. They're big. The best thing they have are these Reichsguard cavalry by far. Pardon me. I sneezed. They also have some decent ranged unit. These Outrider, these handgunners, and these crossbowmen, bats are really good at dealing with them. But our direwolves should be fine. So we can have a vanguard start up there in the woods. How do I want to do this? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to set them like that, lock formation so that they stay all in one big row. And their orders are just going to be to walk into the enemy.
Legions to me!
These guys are going to be mid-flank. Oh wait, I wanted them to be 3. These guys are going to be far flank.
Atrophy and decay.
Alright, so we're just going to wrap around them. We could go around that side. I guess we will. Okay, we'll keep these spear troopers over here because they'll do okay against the cavalry. These cavalry are so skilled, heavily armored, and tough that they're just so much better than our units. Yeah, even our spearmen are not going to do jack to them. Yeah, note that the bonus damage isn't bonus armor piercing damage, so we're still only going to be doing 5 damage to them, which is insane. Because they have like 120 armor, they're very, very resistant. However, let's remind ourselves what our spells are. We got Gaze of Nagash, strong versus single combatants. We can try and assassinate their leader with an enhanced version of that, as we have Earthing, right? Didn't I pick that up? Or did we get Power Drain? Oh, we went with Power Drain. That's fine. Speed and melee attack. Only on one ally. Raise Dead. Looks like we can only cast it twice per mission. We can spawn zombies, or the advanced version can spawn skeleton warriors. Invocation of Nehek. Of course, that heals all of us. And then Gaze of Nagash, direct damage. And so how fast does our power regenerate? 1 power per 6 seconds. So we're not actually getting a boost from our increased magic reserves ability that we just got, unfortunately. But we also have a one-shot power stone. This can be used once per mission to give us a 31 seconds of increased energy regeneration, as well as decreased cooldowns. And we can apparently cast fireballs on a 30-second timer at no cost to ourselves. So we're totally going to just blow the crap out of their commander. Okay, we'll start the battle. We'll pause. Oh, they want to talk. Those guys are going to have to run. Let's go into slow-mo mode. They seem very ready to advance on us. You see they're knocking down some of our dudes. Cast, brah. So no, it's got a 3-second cast time. And it looks like it can't miss. Is it a projectile? It's hard to tell. It must be a projectile. Oh, look at that. It actually explodes in a row. That's pretty awesome. Let's see if we can fireball him. This is going to go through our troops, as I recall. And this should be enough to crack their lord right there. Okay, crush into them. Cast it. Cast it, you bastard. Looks like he did not get his spell off. But we need these zombies right now, bro. Come on, come on. Now get the hell out of there. These fresh zombies should tie them up long enough for the rest of these guys to engage. Cast healing on ourselves. How are things going over here? Our Wraith guys are doing fine. Let's actually come in behind. How we doing? He's all healed up and ready to cast. See if we can hit these guys with a fireball. We should have a good line of sight here. Those cavalry are down. We don't want to let them go. A beautiful fireball into our own zombies. Okay, those guys are in trouble. You just keep chasing them. We'll move you up to reinforce. Question is, do I want to regenerate these guys? Yeah, we'll spend our magic like that. Okay, their morale is totally screwed. We want to hunt down this commander with our Wraith people. Don't really care that our units have been wiped out. It's just how we are. All right, Fireball is back. And nothing like a point-blank Fireball cast. All right, let's make sure that commander dies. Our melee attack is so low for all of our dudes. There we go. Alright, so we crushed them. Looks like we lost 1 unit of zombies. Boom, quest complete. That's also one of our little subplots, I believe. Gain some XP. We can replenish our units, which I don't care about. We can return these captives for 600 cash. I will take that, as that will let us... Alright, we got a Necromancer, and we got a Gold Sigil Sword. We need more weapons, because we got a lot of leaders to go around. And that guy just... I think the quest guys just die.
Do you need fresh troops?
I hunt.
+3 attack and melee defense. Or the Tormentor Sword. Note that his combat stats aren't quite as good as the regular Vampire Lords, but he's got all this magic to make up for it. He should be fine with his Relic Sword, as +4 weapon strength is a big deal for people as tough as him. Okay. Does that mean we actually have like a weapon for everyone? Oh, this guy's just ready to be recruited. Okay, sweet. So, does he still cost? And we already paid for him once, so he's free. Interesting. Summon creatures of the night. Oh, yeah. Already got that. That's pretty cool that you do eventually get access to all the legendary lords. Okay, we're going to go for the big one here, as we want to get to the point where we can have all these nice units fairly soon, because these armies of low-level bullshit undead are only effective for so long, I have the sneaking suspicion.
Days are dark, and the end times come. And here is proof. Zanganaz come to treat with me.
But it just takes time for diplomacy to work. I really wish I were trading with somebody.
Spread the rot.
I'll hear words from that unliving throat, but
I will listen, but my time is short.
The bear roars at its enemies. I hear it snarl.
Okay, this is why we need that research to increase our diplomacy.
Find me grave hounds.
Okay.
This night, let us make doom.
Now, what do we have? Do we have any quests going on? No.
They will all pay.
Can almost march back there.
Strike out.
Let's stop in Eschen to scoop up our XP.
Come, impress me. Light King.
Ah, our White King is back. And just like a Pokemon, he says his name. He can perform various forms of doom on our unfortunate enemies, or he can be used to supplement our own armies. Remember, he's not terribly effective personally because he has this crappy trait, clumsy, which is probably why he got killed. I don't know if I feel like sabotaging Oakenfield lands or whatever. Oakenfield. We could send him to piss off who? Let's go after the greenskins, I guess. We'll put him into Manfred's army for now.
Yes.
And then a necromancer. Let's take a look at the necromancer and then we will end this stream. So note that the necromancer's upkeep isn't 250, it's a lot less because that's one of our faction benefits. And they have 2 chains, just like the Wit King. They can get a nightmare, they can master the dead, which is their replenish. Looks like all allies' health within 30 meters whenever they are standing next to them. And they get the standard vampire spell chain. It should be exactly the same as it is for our master necromancer lords. But, so nothing new up here, but down here, man, there's some good stuff. Prime mover construction cost modified by minus 10% across the province that you have them deployed in. That's an easy bonus to take advantage of when you're going to build expensive stuff. A nice little switch. You just have to have them standing anywhere in the province and you can tell them to deploy. Spoiler, they can reduce income from enemy buildings in a single region. That's kind of lame. Adept. They can become really good at assaulting enemy units if that's their jam. Advisor, this one's pretty awesome. They can increase your income from a single region. If we put this guy in the gold mine territory, 15% boost is no joke. Storm magic, they can become very good at damaging buildings. So they're kind of single target missions are what these heroes become good at. Attacking units in armies, attacking buildings in settlements, or you can go for a straight up nice income boost. With the prime mover, the income boost is probably a good idea since then you can keep them in a province where you want all the goodness. They become better assassins once they unlock Zap. 8% chance of killing targets. Pretty much all of your dudes become good assassins eventually. But let's look over here because there's some crazy stuff. One is magic detection. This unlocks the ability to scout, increases the chance of post-battle magic item drops for the parent army, and you can increase it by a further 5 and then 10% with multiple points. So whoa, that's nice if they travel with an army. Counselor, they can give public order. Aid, they have a increased chance of wounding people who attack them. Advocate, Winds of Magic Power Reserve is modified by an additional -2, so you can actually deploy them in foreign countries to reduce their the mana regeneration of your opponents there. And lastly, wound recovery time -1. The magic detection, I think, is the way to go. The assassination is always nice, and I think advisor and prime mover, having like one necromancer focused on that is really quite good. Let's see. Otherwise, they are simply powerful spellcasters. I think what I'm gonna start off with well, let's see, what is his special? Dark Acolyte. So he has an increased cooldown on this healing resurrection spell. beyond this cooldown. Okay, so this guy, we're just going to make him a spellcaster. He's going to travel with army. We might give him prime mover and one of these two kind of offensive abilities and go for magic detection so that we can get tons of magical items, because we already have a bonus there with Heinrich. But yeah, this guy's going to be another spellcaster. He could probably accompany, well, geez, everyone we have can cast all these spells. Either way, there's not much you can do with him now. Here's how you deploy a hero. You just have them selected, and you can click this button. But this guy is busy being tired. Okay, don't feel like moving you. He's already set to go in there. Manfred. Heinrich Kemmler. Alright. I think we've already checked diplomacy. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll probably be back for another video 20 minutes from now. So give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, maybe learned something. If you want to see more videos like this or any of my other series, then subscribe. And until then, my friends, farewell.